Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to the channel My Passport Life. In today's video, I decided to do something very different and show you guys how I book my own personal flights. My son, niece, and nephew are all out of school at the same time, so me and my sister have decided to plan a family vacation. I also figured this would be the best time for me to show you guys my process when it comes to finding the best affordable flight, as well as just the best options for us. So let's go ahead and dive in. So my main source for finding flights is going to be Google. Really great tool for pretty much anything you can think of in the world, as well as booking flights. So we're gonna go ahead, type in Google Flights. We're starting our trip in Minneapolis and we are going to Los Angeles. So I'm gonna go ahead, click on that, and if I scroll down here, you'll see something called Google Flights. So let's go ahead and hit that. First thing you're gonna do again is put in where you're starting your trip. So we're starting in Minneapolis and we are going to Los Angeles, California. Now, for our dates, we have a little bit of flexibility, but we are still constrained. So let's go ahead, click on dates, go to the calendar. The kids get out of school on the 29th, and we have to be back home before the 8th. So at the latest, the 7th, we're okay with returning. So we're gonna go ahead and choose the most extreme dates for our option. Now, again, we're choosing these. This is not where we're gonna actually travel, but for the purpose of finding the best possible flight for us, this is how we're gonna go about doing that. So I chose the earliest I could leave and the latest I can return. If I do that, the first thing you're gonna notice is it's gonna tell you best departing flights. It tells you the airline, the times, how long the flight is, whether it's a non-stop or if it has a stop. And then on the far right, the most important, what's our price for this option? So the very first option is going to be the lowest price at $231. If I scroll down a bit, you'll see other departing flights with different times, different prices, and this is where things can get a little bit confusing. But for right now, just to show you, we're gonna choose the best departing flight on that first date, and returning, to keep it at that price at $231, you have to leave at 12:40 p.m. on another Spirit flight returning. So let's go ahead and click that. So again, it's going to give you an overview of what your price is. If I scroll down, it'll give you more information on the flight, travel time, when you arrive, as well as baggage info. Now, this option doesn't work for us for many reasons. One, we'd be there for too long, and I don't like the flight time. So we're going to go ahead and remove this. And like I mentioned before, leaving at 7:07 p.m. and arriving at 9:14 p.m. to start your vacation, for us, it just doesn't work. So we're gonna go ahead and switch the times. Traveling with kids, so we don't wanna leave too early, but we're gonna go ahead and set this for 6 a.m. And I don't wanna leave too late in the day, so we'll set our departure latest at 1 p.m. Arrival time, I'm gonna skip that since we set the departure. We're gonna go ahead and go to return. Same thing for the return. Don't want to leave way too early, but 6 a.m. is gonna work for us, and don't want to leave too far in the afternoon because they have things to do the next day. So 2 p.m. on the latest departure. I'll go ahead, back out of that. And as you can see, for the same dates, our options have changed. Now it's telling us the best possible price for our constraints leaves at 6 a.m. We'll go ahead and click that. And our best returning flight, the only returning flight we have to keep it at that price, leaves at 12:40 p.m. So we'll click that. Now again, these dates aren't going to be our actual dates. I'm just showing you guys the process. So I showed you guys the first option with those dates that we've selected. We're going to go in here now and get a little bit more specific. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the date tab. And in here, it's going to give you the lowest possible prices for any combination of days. So leaving the 30th, coming back the 7th, that's just too many days for the trip. So we're gonna go ahead and push this in a bit. And what I'm liking right now is if we leave the 3rd and come back on the 7th, it looks like they have the flights priced very friendly. So I'm gonna go ahead, select that. First flight leaves at 6 a.m. The next option leaves at 11:47. So there is a price difference. One thing you're gonna notice right here is that first option has one stop. And for us traveling with kids, it's just not a good option. It's not something we really wanna do. If we had to, we can make it work, but me and my sister have decided that we're gonna go with a non-stop flight going and non-stop coming back. So we need to go ahead, come in here, tell the system that we want non-stop only. As I do that, again, that 11:47 a.m. flight is the best price flight. Gets us there about 1:54. If I wanted to leave a little bit earlier, I have a 6:55, 8:55, and they're going to be priced the same at 4:07. Right now, we're gonna go ahead, choose that 11:47 to see what we're working with on the return. And our first return option leaves at 6:20 a.m. and that's gonna keep the price at $377. The second option is a little bit later in the day, leaves at 11:32 a.m. and that one's priced at $387. So now we have to make a decision. The decision here is, do I want to save $10 a person and leave super early in the morning with the kids, or do I mind paying that extra $10 and having a more comfortable departure time for the kids when we leave that on the return? And for me, I'd rather leave a little bit later in the day just because we're traveling with the kids, and the kids, it'd be a lot easier on them. Now, one thing that we do need to do that I should have done in the beginning is change how many people are traveling. So 2 adults, 3 kids, and it's gonna give us the total price of what we're looking at. So I'm gonna go ahead, choose that 11:32 flight. Total price, $2,083. That's what we're looking at for our family to travel. So I come in here, again, gives us an overview. When I'm ready to book, I'm gonna go ahead and hit select. So that's how I find the best affordable flight as well as the best options whenever I do book flights. It's a really good tool, that date calendar. That way you can get an overview if you have some type of flexibility. And if you have flexibility, you can pretty much find any type of price range that you're looking for. So this is how I find my flights. I hope this was some help to you guys. I need to go ahead and send this to my sister so we can make a decision on if this is the flight we're gonna book. And until next time, guys, like, subscribe, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.